Hello, folks. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome back. Ian on YouTube. Good to see you, man. You got here early enough to see the loading screen, huh? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Glad to have you back. Hope your yesterday was good. Hope today's even better. Seth, welcome in. Yes, my friend, you were first on YouTube, but you were first on TikTok, but Ian Garcia beat you on YouTube. But that's not fair because YouTube goes live a minute or two early, and they just get a loading screen. So well done, Seth. Well done, Ian. Congrats on first. How y'all doing today? We having a good start to our Thursday? Let me go ahead and get my chat activated here. Combine chat so y'all can talk to each other. That should be YouTube active. Let's see. Send a test and see if it comes up. And let's make sure TikTok's working. Should have it just a moment here. It makes me do a test to click similar objects in order to verify like the account's legit, and it's surprisingly difficult to do while on stream. It's pretty nerve-wracking. Seth, I'm doing well. How about you? I'm excited to be here, man. This is going to be a fun one today. We got the dice queued up. We're going to be rolling them. We're going to be doing some writing. This has been a new format, but it's been going really well. So I'm really excited about it. And I'll be more excited once chat's working. And it is. Okay. Well, now I'm excited. No, it's going good, Seth. Look, we got coffee. We got a stream. We got a good day ahead of us. Let's rock and roll. And of course, we have our lovely dice. Ready for some good rolls today, folks. Maybe a little bit of shenanigans too. I've discovered you can put a lot of dice into this and go nuts with them. So we'll see how that goes, but that sounds like it's gonna be a good time. But no, here we are, everybody. Early morning. Let me make sure my documents are all ready. Looks like we're good to go. And we're good to write. Yes, sir. All right, let's rock and roll. Folks, how's everybody doing? Can you tell that is my voice line for Alex is stretching while working on something? I wish I could... Whoa. What is that, TikTok? Why are you giving me an ad in the middle of my stream? That's new and unexciting. Oh, well. Oh, thank you, Ian. That's very kind of you to notice. Thank you very much, though. Happy soft launch day indeed. I guess if we go look at Amazon real quick, it would be there. J. Crisp asked, do I like playing games? What sort of games, J. Crisp? Because off the bat, that sounds like something Saw would ask one of his victims. Jigsaw would ask one of his victims. But no, I mean, I dig gaming. I've been playing the classic Pokemon games lately. What about you? Seth, it is, well, here, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up so folks know what we're talking about. Display capture and move this window over. And now let me see what it looks like. There we go. Seth, yeah, it is on YouTube. It's on Amazon now. We're soft launching the paperback essentially. So if you want the paperback edition, you can get it now. But we're kind of being a little quiet about it. We'll do the main launch on the 27th. That's when all the ads are going to hit and everything. This is just some of the nitty-gritty, not fun stuff of launching a book. Slipping out the paperback early to get reviews and it's a little bit of attention on it and whatnot, and then you make the big push when the audiobook and the ebook drop. Seth, there will be a paperback, but no hardback. This is a very much a mass market paperback, a little goofy, silly book meant to be carried with you. It's a hardback would be a strange format for it. J. Crisp, I've heard of Vintage Story. You're the second person to mention it to me recently. So thanks for bringing it up. It does look cool. I've looked into it because someone mentioned it to me on stream. So thank you all for doing that. It looks cool. Plus, I love a good like Minecraft type game, right? Rich, happy morning, my friend. Happy Thursday. How you doing? Good to see you. Greetings, travelers and Alex. Oh, readers, travelers, and Alex. I like it. Even more dramatic. Rich, how you doing today? Ian, you said it's not letting you review it yet, though. But you ordered it this morning. Well, thank you, Ian. I appreciate that, man. You rock. That's exactly why we're soft launching it. Just get some reviews and whatnot, get a little buzz for it, and then we'll kick it into high gear. It just released like this morning, the soft launch. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if all the features are online yet or not. It should also be shipping with Prime. I'm not sure why it's not, but we'll look at all that today. I'll sort all that as we go through the day. Rich, you said you're going good. Just gonna get some game time in and some reading today. Well, rock on. That sounds like a great day. That sounds like a good day, man. Having a good day off then, and maybe you can hang out with us and we can roll some dice. Rosalind, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. You ready to do some creative writing exercises, throw some dice around, see what we create? Y'all, we had a rockin' time last time we did this. Folks on Discord. Let me see where it is. Folks on Discord last time were just sharing so many prompts they did. Like, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different prompts that people wrote along with and then shared, or 10 different prompts that people wrote and shared. It's awesome. Hey, welcome in, Sand Tiger. Happy Thursday to you. Your name is very cool, and your avatar is very cute. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We are playing a little kind of creative writing game I made up. Basically, I have this library of exercises, all just fun little scenes or challenges to write, and we're rolling a D12 to see which one we do. And then once you get your exercise, it has prompts inside of it, like little modifiers of maybe you roll a die again to choose what the factors are going to be, or maybe one of my favorites, you go to the wheel of emotion and you spin it to see what kind of like emotional spin you're going to put on the scene. So this one would be a romantic. Ooh, I hope I don't get that on stream. Y'all don't need to see me try to write romance. It ain't going to be good. So yeah, that's what we're gonna play. And folks, I'll be writing right here, so you can see all my typos. And I encourage y'all to participate as well. Should be fun. I had a lot of folks participate last time, so I'm excited for y'all to join in if you want to. Oh, what book series, Sand Tiger? Is that like I feel like I'm getting like, what is it, Battle Cats or vibes, something like that? Let me know. What book series? Seth said, did you know you get, from the get-go, you wanted to be an author? Pretty early on, Seth. Pretty early on. Like middle school, probably. I kind of figured it out. I just read a lot and wanted to start making my own books. So we did it. All right. Well, folks, I've been talking about the game, so how about we give it a little play here? Do one round early to kick things off. JR Stewart, welcome back in. Happy Thursday to you. You do not have to apologize for not being here for a little bit, especially not for having finals. I hope they went well. Hope you got the grades you wanted. Welcome back. Glad to have you. You're just in time for our new game we've been playing lately. Harpy, thank you for the heart me re-upping on the stream team. You are keeping that streak alive. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Harpy. Hey, JR, you're gonna graduate. Y'all, applause in the chat for JR. Woo! Good job, JR. Congratulations. What's your degree in? And well done. Well done. I was just at my cousin's graduation. It's a pretty special day, honestly. It was pretty inspiring to see. I know my graduation, I didn't really care. I was all, rah, 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 I don't want to go to this. And then seeing someone else do it, it's like, pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, y'all. Well, JR, you've been away for a bit, but we're glad to have you back. We're going to play a little game. So here you can learn as we go, and we encourage you to write along if you want to. Let's see how it's going to go, folks. Let's see how it's going to go. So first, we're going to get our... Oh, Sand Tiger. It's called Sword Dancer. Okay. By Jennifer Robertson. Not heard of it. Oh, it's my little squeeze ball for warming the hands up for writing. You got to roll it around, kind of flex those fingers out. Sleepy, hello. Good morning from Curacao. I'm not sure how to say it, but welcome back, buddy. You on vacation? I know you talked about going there. Thanks for tuning in with us. Happy to have you. We are playing a little game today, so let's see how it goes. I've been excited for this for a while. So, we got our D12 right there. Y'all, we're going to roll it. Fingers crossed. Here's for something good. I know Rafi's been pulling for exercise 6 or exercise 10, so let's see if we can get there. But here's the first roll of the day, everybody. Got to shake it up and... 8. All right, 8. I think we've done 8 before. Let's see. Thank you, Aaron. May the dice be ever in your favor. All right, y'all, we rolled an 8. That is going to be descriptive descriptions. Okay. This is a more neutral one, but I'm a fan. The purpose is to practice describing objects, scene, landscapes, etc., detailed and with ease. We're going to go to this site and generate a random image, and then in 5 minutes we just write a few lines describing the image. It's not the most exciting one. We could probably add some modifiers into this in future, but we'll start at the basic level. So let's generate our image. Okay, well that's fun. Is TikTok gonna get mad at me for having a smoking insect on screen? It's a praying mantis on a rock with a lit cigarette in his mouth. I've not seen an image like that from this site before. That's pretty funny. So I guess we can rock with that, right? So let's put our little prompt together. I like to put the image in so it's there, nice and easy to see. And then we're going to grab the exercise itself. Super easy one. This is actually a really good warm-up, y'all. Literally, just one of the easiest prompts we could have rolled. There's some mean ones in there. There's some genuinely mean ones. Oh, Rich, you did, huh? That makes me think I need to generate another image then. I'm going to go ahead and do that because TikTok already suppressed us in the algorithm yesterday. I think through a glitch, but who knows? Alright, so we're going to generate one more image. Yeah, because I don't want to show that if TikTok's going to get mad about it. So let's generate a new image. Fingers crossed for something fun and TikTok friendly. Alright. Interesting. I like it when we get like a room or something from these images, but we can work with this. That's part of the exercise, right, though? On its base level, you could just write a full description of this and describe every single object in it. But that's not necessarily the most interesting way to take it. You can get more creative with it and have a little fun. Come with a new approach. So that's what we're going to try to do. So let's put it in our document. Boom. Get the font size up so y'all can read it nice and easy. And then we will start. Where's our timer at? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. That's why. Hold, please. There we go. Boom. Ronnie, welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday to you. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you sharing the live as always. Super cool of you. I'm still laughing that you were Veronica on Discord and I did not put it together. Couldn't have been more obvious, and I totally biffed it. Rich, Aaron, thank you for the heads up about the last image prompt. We will not go afoul of TikTok today. Fingers crossed. Pretty easy to do, though. Aaron, thank you for re-upping the stream team. I appreciate that. You're keeping that streak alive. Thank you very much. Ian, thank you. Ian on YouTube, thank you for letting me know about it is shipping with Prime, just not labeled yet. Good to know. Appreciate that, man. All right, y'all. Well, we're playing the game, so the dice have rolled. The dice have decided. 1992 Toyota Land Cruiser, welcome into chat, my friend. It is good to see you. And you said, so ladies and gentlemen, it's official. I'm officially in Australia and officially living here. Well, hey, congrats, my dude. Welcome to Australia, I suppose. I hope you enjoy it. Sounds like it'd be full of new adventures. Are you able to get your car over there? Because I imagine you might own a 1992 Toyota Land Cruiser you're very fond of. I hope you can bring it with you. Probably, like Phoenix said, how did you cruise the land to Australia? Yeah, Slade, so they are a night owl now, I suppose. Tuning in the evenings from the future as well, I believe. It's tomorrow there. So, crazy time difference. Crazy time difference. All right, y'all. Well, we have... the dice have decided for us. So we shouldn't make them angry. We should probably finish through with the exercise. We rolled exercise 8, where we generate a random image. This is the image that we got. It could be simple, could be plain, but it could be exciting if you take the right angle with it. So we're going to start that 5-minute timer, and we're going to write a few lines describing the image. It's very easy to just describe it literally, but I think getting creative with it when it's a prompt like this is encouraged. See if you can put a new spin on it. That's what I'm going to try to do. Rafi, you said you'll be in and out today, taking care of the girlfriend. Well, that's very kind of you. No worries. That is far more important than our silly little stream. But we'll be happy to have you, and we'll make a whole lot of noise if we roll a 6 or a 10 for you, Rafi. We split it right down the middle with an 8 to start, so sorry, not quite there yet. All right, folks, if you want to write along, you can gift 105 corns. Thank you, not Chase Garrett. I appreciate that, man. You know, I got some good corn cobs in the fridge. I was going to cook up salt, butter, cut it off the cob, make a nice little bowl of corn, eat it up with some burgers. Oof. I'll be thinking about your very generous gift as I do so. Thank you, Chase, and thank you for the heart me and re-upping the stream team. Appreciate you. Sand Tiger, you'll be lurking. No worries. Hey, that's totally fine. Please feel free to hang out. Aside from writing and kind of goofing off, one of our goals here is to kind of send folks out into the world with some good vibes, start their day off right. So yeah, hopefully we can do that for you. Chase, you're also a corn fan. Let's go. You got Angus sliders in the fridge. Oof. Oof, that sounds good. Okay, before I get too hungry, I need to start writing. Y'all, if you want to write along with me, go ahead and open a word processor or turn to a blank page, uncap your pen. Hey, can we celebrate real quick that I managed to say word processor this time? I couldn't say it yesterday. Every time I said, open your word processor, I would mess it up, but better every day, right? I can say basic words. Woo! Okay, for real now. Timer is timing. So, we have 4 minutes, 58 seconds to do this exercise. Let's get to it. I gotta think about how to do this. Sloyd, I appreciate the applause. And 113 corn from Not Chase Garrett. Thank you, my friend. You were too kind. Maybe we'll have to eat that corn tonight in honor of your generous gifts. All right, how are we describing this image? You know, we could do it. We could do it nice and plain, but that's a bit expected. I think we can get. I think we can put a spin on this. Right? I got to remember to scroll the second window as well as the first one because I'm writing in the first one and it's reproducing it in the second one. And half the time I just write off screen and y'all don't get to see anything. So, all right. So here's what we're doing with it. Well, actually, you let me know if you can guess what I'm doing with this because I have a different approach to this that I want to write a direction that I'm taking as I'm writing it. Four six. Good morning. Welcome in, my friend. Happy Thursday. How you doing today? Uh, Poison Apple Tea, good morning. And 4-6, good question. Thank you for that. I will answer it here in a minute 30 as we finish this little exercise. We're describing this image here, but I am putting a little spin on it because just describing it would be a little too easy, I think. Want to look at that image? Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. We're doing our first exercise of the day, wrapping it up, I suppose, though it feels like I need to write a bit more and also keep my OBS window on the correct computer. All right, I'll finish it up here because I'm over time. All right, there we go. We got it. We got it written. OBS, I wish you would come up on the monitor that I minimize you on. I guess I shouldn't minimize it. I'll just pull up the writing document and then minimize it. There we go. All right, hey folks, welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're doing well. We have just done our first exercise of the day for our little game, which I'm calling the Dice Decide. Welcome in, everybody. 4-6, sorry you overslept your alarm, but glad you're here now. Aiden, good to see you, my man. Welcome, welcome. Poison Apple Tea, good morning. Welcome in, glad to see you. 4-6, you asked how long did it take you to learn to type without looking at the keyboard. I don't honestly know. 4-6, just came about naturally, you know. I've been writing for so long that don't really need to look anymore. Sometimes I'll get a key off and I need to realign, look down, get the fingers set up. But most times, yeah, I can do it without looking. Now, if only I could do that for my iPhone. I was great on BlackBerry. I could type doing it. I could walk down the street and look where I was walking while writing a whole message on BlackBerry. But iPhone, I never got the hang of it. I guess my age is showing there, maybe. Kayla Browning, welcome in. Only 3 chapters left for your book. Hey, very nice. Get there. Keep it going. I'd invite you to join our exercise. It's a little writing game today, but maybe finishing those 3 chapters is a bit more important. So go for it. Go for it. Rock on. Congratulations. Give us the title of the book again. And folks, we just did our first exercise of the day. So to recap, we rolled an 8, which gave us this exercise, Descriptive Descriptions, which needs a better name. The purpose is to practice describing objects, scenes, landscapes, etc., detailed and with ease. We went to this site here, and we generated a random image. And the image we got was this one, kind of just like a pile of like a thimble and some bobby pins and whatnot, push pins. And so we needed to describe it. And I wrote a little scene describing it. But it felt a little too straightforward to just... This scene as a descriptive exercise, this exercise works really well when you have like a setting to describe a room or something. Objects like this, I guess you could still just flat out describe them, but I wanted to give it a little spin. So I described it from the perspective of someone who has traveled in time to the future and has no idea what they're looking at. And now I will read it to you. So here is the exercise. Would you prefer to have the picture on screen as I describe it, or would you like to see the text as I read through that? What do you think's better? Let me know in chat. I can do either one. I just don't know. Maybe, I don't know if you want to look at it as I do my scene for it, or if you want to follow along with the writing. For now, I'm just gonna leave the picture up as I read through my writing. JR, please do ask, and I will answer in just a moment here. Poison, you want the picture? Okay. Cool. Well, then here we go. He tipped his hand, and a cascade of small, bright objects slipped free and onto the pillow. They were impossibly fine and impossibly small. Metal, clearly, though of a finer quality than I'd seen a blacksmith work. And so small, it didn't seem possible they could have been made by human hands. In the center there were pins of some sort, like tiny arrows but made entirely of steel? The rear end was colored, marking them for some purpose. Even more impressive were those bits that were twisted back on themselves, with bends so tiny, so precise, they were smaller even than the curve of a fingernail. How was such a process possible? Lastly, and in the center of the pile, there was a tiny helmet, What minuscule person it was supposed to fit, I could only guess at. A fairy, perhaps, if the old tales were true. Taken all together, it was just a pile of scrap, but to my eyes, it was full of wonder. How? I asked, feeling my eyes stretch wide at the sight. Clearly, my childlike wonder amused him, but this was not my world, not my time, and the wonders of this future were all too new to me. So, there we go. I'm alright with it. It's not my best one, but we'll call it a warm-up. We'll call it a little warm-up. I think I could have been a little more literal in describing these, because that is kind of the point of the exercise, but it's also creative writing, so have fun with it. Alright, well there's our first one of the day. So let's find some new blank space, and we can do another one here in a minute. But JR, you had a question. Please do ask it. Oh, you already asked it, so I'll answer. Poison, thank you. That's kind of you to say. I appreciate that. And folks, if you write along with me for any of these, and you would like me to read the prompt that you write, drop it in Discord in the Writing Share channel, and I will read it on stream. Last time we played this game, we had 10 different prompts that people wrote along with, and submitted to Discord because they wanted me to read it, and they were great. They were really good. The dice did roll a bit of an emotional exercise for one of them, where you needed to go from happy to depressed, and it was such a gut punch, man. Y'all can write emotions so well. I was sad after reading them because they were like really nailing the emotion change. So well done, y'all. Teddy bear emoji, thank you for following and welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. How you doing today? Glad to have you here. We have just done our first little exercise of the day in this game, but I think it's just about time for another one. So please, if you want to write along, open that word processor, turn to a blank page, get your pen out. Raffi, yeah, I'm still mad at Gio as well. His was really good. They were all good though. Like I was legitimately like gut punched by them. I'm sorry, JR. I needed to get to your question. You said, can I ask your opinion on using all caps while writing, like for shouting scenes or thoughts? JR, I am not personally a fan of all caps. I think that if you're trying to convey severe tone, it should be done through word choice, an exclamation mark, or a description attached to the dialogue itself, generally through like a dialogue tag. I don't have a problem with all caps on a fundamental level. It's just, for some reason, newer authors tend to gravitate towards them and use them too much when describing a heated scene. And I think that kind of gives it a stigma that when you see like an all caps like that, you think, oh, this author's new. They're still learning the ropes. So I would stay away from it from that reason. And just kind of your dialogue, your word choice, and an exclamation mark and the description of the character's actions should be enough to convey whatever that excitement is, anger or panic or whatever. Oh, 46, thanks for joining the Discord. I appreciate that. We're glad to have you there. Glad to have you in. I hadn't even dropped the link today, so you must have gone and found it. Well done. Thank you for digging it up. Natural, thank you for the follow. And Jack, Jack Q just joined. They didn't follow yet. Natural, you said, what about use of capital letters for single words? That's a bit better, Natural. That's a little bit better. I would still prefer, if you're really trying to emphasize a single word, to put it in italics. I think that achieves a similar point, but doesn't read beginning writer as much, which is a silly thing to worry about, but especially if you're querying your writing to an agent or something like that, you want to show that you know the established conventions. Yeah, Natural. See, I would just italicize the last word there, and go with it that way. That's my personal preference. The good thing about writing though is look, the next innovation, the next cool thing with writing, no one knows what it's going to be, and maybe you're going to create it. So feel free to chase the creative passion and see what you come up with. Don't let someone who's entrenched in their ways tell you how to do stuff. As long as you're telling a good story and your voice shows through, that's all that matters, right? That's the most important part. Thanks for the questions, y'all. That was fun. Natural, who was it? Someone asked me about character arcs. Jack Ann says, who is the better character arc, Zuko or Kylo Ren? Good question, Jack Ann, but I mean, it's easily Zuko, if only because he has more time for it to be developed. The longer time, the more time we spend with him throughout the whole series makes that character arc developed very naturally. And you see every step of the way. I really like that. So yeah, going with Zuko for sure. What do you think, though? What's your answer? Harpy, you said you wrote for that one and you put it on Discord. Are you okay if I read it? You alright if I read it on stream? Let me know, but I'd be excited to. Shenanigans, you're on the Zuko camp, voting for Zuko over Ren as well. I feel ya, and I agree. Natural, you said just kind of feel it out and see what makes sense whilst also trying to listen for feedback. Yeah, that's perfect, Natural. That's exactly it. I like to say every story in the world's already been told, but it hasn't been told by you. Your voice is what makes the story unique, so stick to that above all else. Us folks that have been writing for a while can tell you how we do things, doesn't mean it's the best way for you to do things. Follow your own creative passion on it. Alright, Harpy, you said I can read it. Well, thank you for submitting it. Y'all, I'm going to read Harpy's. Harpy participated in that last exercise as well. Oh, and so did 4-6. Is this for the exercise? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Well, I'll check that out after stream. I like it. Oh, and Ronnie, I think. Yeah, Ronnie did it as well. Sick. Thank you, y'all. All right, well, I'll go back to the exercise real quick. As a reminder, this exercise was to describe this image in a couple lines. You could do it literally, or you could give it a new spin. So here is what Harpy did, and then I'll read Ronnie's. Y'all, thank you for submitting it and letting me read it. Harpy wrote, as the weathered cookie tin slipped from her fingers, the lid clattered off, and a lifetime's worth of colorful, dainty stick pins, tarnished needles, and mismatched safety pins spilled out in a brilliant, chaotic cascade. I love that, chaotic cascade. That's fun to say and a good description. They scattered like metallic confetti across the plush pink velvet of the stool, catching the light in brief, sharp glints. Tiny silver thimbles bounced and tumbled, striking like scattering buttons with soft, chiming clinks, before coming to a rest beside the jumbled mess of metal, thread spools, and brittle bits of plastic that told stories only she would recognize. Very nice. Very nice. I like that. Well done, Harpy. Very good descriptions in there, which was the purpose of the exercise. I like it. I like that you brought in the pink velvet of like the stool, and I very much feel the tin hitting the ground, the lid popping off, and everything spilling out. In a quote, what did you say? Quote, brilliant, chaotic cascade. Very nice. Ronnie, that's a tough act to follow. You should have gone first. No, it's all good. I want to see everybody's different approach. I think there's a lot of value in that. All right. Zach Ann, you agree with the Zuko vote? Baylock A, hey, thanks for being here, said, are your books in Barnes & Noble? Baylock, they are not. Thank you for asking. They're not yet. Here are all my books. They're on Amazon. These are the book ones, I should say. A lot of them have sequels. And you can get them in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. But Wriggly Little Hands here in the top middle is my newest release. And I am working to get it into bookshops. So we'll see how that goes. I think I've got a couple interested. I think we got a good shot at seeing it on some shelves. Warden, down here on the bottom right, did a brief stint in Waterstones in the UK. But we didn't sell enough to keep it there. So we take shots, we try. And we keep trying. Poison said, they'll be at Barnes & Noble if we go put some on the shelf. I love it, Poison. Just release the stream audience to go guerrilla garden some some books for me at Barnes & Noble. I love it. Okay, so let me read Ronnie's submission for the exercise. Ronnie, thank you for writing it, and thank you for submitting it. It's so cool when y'all participate along. It really, I don't know, it makes the stream really fun. So here is what Ronnie wrote. Running my fingers over the familiar cherry finish of my grandmother's old desk, a small box catches my eye. Opening it, review... I was trying to fight that sneeze off, and it got me anyway. I got a second one coming as well, so give me a second here. Of course, now it's going to go away, and wait to come back until I talk more. Alright, well, I might need to interrupt. Thank you, Poison. Very nice of you. I might need to interrupt it again with a sneeze, but I think it's gone. Let's try this again. Running my fingers over the familiar cherry finish of my grandmother's old desk, a small box catches my eye. Opening it reveals a tightly wrapped little pouch. I know it instantly as the remnants of her beloved sewing kit, so I unwrap it with the care that warrants. The vibrant colors of the pushpins clash with the red of my acrylic nails that the thimble could no longer fit over. The safety pins, carefully clipped together, remind me how mindful she was. Waste not, want not. Not even a safety pin. The rose color of the handkerchief reminds me of her garden, and how even the best things in life have difficulties. The trick is not to let the pick of the thorns blur the beauty of the petals. Oh, was that maybe the prick of the thorns? The trick is not to let the prick of the thorns blur the beauty of the petals. I love that line. That's really good. Holding my now prized pouch up to my cheek, I can faintly smell the perfume Grandpa gave her for their anniversary. 50 years is a long time to spend together, and even longer now for me to spend without her. Oh, no, Ronnie! Oh, you brought it around and made it sad in the end. Why? Rude. Very good, though. Very good. I quite like that. I love how you tied the description into memories. That's really nice. And then you gut punched us again. No, that was really good, Ronnie. I did not expect you to tie it into the memory of a person, and that was really cool. Rock on. I like it. And we have one extra submission that came in a little late, but Poison Apple Tea jumping in here, fresh waking up, dropping exercises right off the bat. So thank you, Poison. I'll read the last one. It was a tailored shipwreck. Pink fabric billowed and dipped, as if it came to life simply to swallow the hollow, silver thimble and its companions. Clasping pins of silver sprawled across the sight, as if they had jumped ship in a failed attempt to survive. Flares of candy-colored pins extended into the sky, calling for help and warning of the danger, the pooling of sharp edges, a wreck, a tailored wreck. Nah, I like that too, Poison. That's super good. I love how you made it like a shipwreck. I can totally see this as like a shipwreck sinking beneath the waves, but like the masts are still sticking up or the broken pieces of hull and whatnot. Rock on, dude. That's sick. Look at y'all. You're so creative. I love it. That's what I'm saying about every story has already been told, but it hasn't been told by you, right? Look at all those different ways that we approached it. I think that's super cool. That's why creative writing is amazing. I just love the storytelling to see how 4 people here can look at an image and all come away with a different little story that they wrote from it. They're all totally different. That's awesome, y'all. That's so cool to see. Thank you for participating, and thank you for letting me share what you wrote. Yeah, candy-colored pins, right? Super fun. Y'all, hold on one second. I got a new segment that I want to do, and I forgot to grab what I need for it. So give me 15 seconds. Alright, that was kind of a cool like slide back into frame. I'm a fan of it. I kind of had fun with that. Ignore the fact that I've completely put my chair out of position and need to get it all settled again. Alright. We're back. Was it 15 seconds? Was it quick enough? So y'all, we're gonna do another exercise here in a minute. We got our D12 sitting here ready to go. But before we do, as y'all know, this little wriggly little goofy adventure is launching May 27th, and I guess I do have to do some promo for it, because I would like it to sell a few copies. Gotta do well. So what we're gonna do today, and I think every day, first of all, I'm pulling a snippet from the audiobook. Maybe a couple snippets to share on stream, so I'll grab that. I'll grab the first of those later today, and we'll be able to play it maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. But y'all, the audiobook is so good. The actors did such a good job on it. I don't like audiobooks, and I'm in love with this one. I'm absolutely floored by it. So we'll play that. But I was thinking, since I do have to promo for it, I got a copy right here. Maybe I read y'all a little bit of it. Could read a little scene or something, and maybe we do it each day leading up to the launch. How's that sound? We a fan of that? Just kind of a little bit of teaser. You all get to some of the jokes in there, hooked into the story a little bit, maybe. At least that's the plan. Story time, says Ronnie. All right, well, I appreciate it, y'all. I'll give it a quick little read. Nothing long. I'm not going to do more than a minute or so, but May 27th, Wriggly Little Hands, Goofy Goblin Adventure, and let me read you just a little snippet of it. Just go right for the first chapter, right? Goblins look like if cats, hairless cats, had thumbs and learned to walk on two legs. But while cats are allowed to commit as many crimes as they want, on account of being cute and small, the same hasn't been true of goblins ever since they discovered arson. Today, however, it wasn't goblins setting fire to everything. Ollie had been excited at first when so many new friends had shown up on the plains of abandoned hope and paralyzing fear. He'd even been more excited when he noticed all the fun siege engines and war mammoths they'd brought along. But then his new friends, the Bright Queen and the Army of the Just, had laid siege to his old friends, the Dark Lord and his legions of smoldering shadow. In Goblin society, it was polite to greet new neighbors with a nice newt cake or a fresh pot of warmed mud. In human society, it seemed wanton slaughter was the go-to. That was how the Bright Queen had decided to introduce herself to the Dark Lord, at least. And who was Ollie to judge? Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if they could do it all a bit quieter, though, and maybe not burnt down half the swamp again. Especially considering that was the half he and his cousins lived in. So there we go. Just a little opening scene of Wriggly Little Hands. Coming out May 27th, y'all. And just a little inside detail. Poison, you liked it? Thank you. Oh, and you know what? Since we're doing it, let me show you. Each chapter has a little doodle at the top. So let's see if we can get this without breaking the camera's focus. Oh, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it when my face goes away. I don't know if you can see it too well. There's a little doodle of our main character, Ollie, right there. How close? If I lean in, there we go. There you go. There's Ollie, waving hi. I hired an artist that I am friends with to do the little doodles, and they absolutely rocked it. It was super fun to have them work on it. Their doodles make me happy every time I see them. So yeah, there we go. Thank you for obliging story time. I guess we should do another exercise then. What do y'all think? Should we roll these dice, see what we're going to get? Could roll a whole bunch of dice. Maybe we'll do that later. End the stream on one big dice throw. 8 or 9 dice rolling all at once. I was playing with it yesterday. It's pretty fun. All right, but folks, the dice decide what we write. So let's roll a dice. Roll a die to see how many times you roll the dice. Actually, this is a dice rolling stream now. That's all we're doing. We're just gonna roll the dice nonstop. All right, I've teased it long enough, y'all. Shake it up, and what do we got? 3. All right, number 3. What exercise? Raffi, I'm sorry, not a 6 or a 10. I promise you, the dice will eventually give us a 6 or a 10. But for now, we rolled a 3. That is going to be conjure emotion. Oh no, I got to write emotion. I don't want to do that. I just want to write stupid jokes. The purpose of this exercise is to practice hitting an emotional beat in a scene. So, for this, we're going to go to the wheel of emotion. We're going to spin it to get an emotion. And then in 5 minutes, we're going to write a scene wherein the chosen emotion is elicited from the reader. Make sense? What emotion are we going to get, though? I had a few practice spins yesterday just like messing around with it. And there's some mean ones you can get in here. And by mean, I mean there was loving, there was lovesick, there was romantic. All those came up in a row yesterday, and I'm like, I don't write romance anymore. Leave me alone. I don't want to write romance. But it's important to be able to write the full wheel of emotion. So, if we're going to do that for this exercise, let's see what we get. Shocked. Well, that's interesting. I've never gotten that one before. Okay. Let's build our prompt in here. Shocked is our emotion. So this is a bit of a challenging one. In 5 minutes, we need to write a scene wherein the chosen emotion, shocked, is elicited from the reader. Rafi, it was a 3. I'm very sorry. It was not 6 or 10. I promise the dice will one day give it to us. Boy, it's going to be good when they do. It's going to be good. So this is interesting. We need to write a scene wherein the chosen emotion, shocked, is elicited from the reader. So we need to make the reader feel shocked in this scene. How do we do that? That's really interesting. I like that though. That's, you know, we have no context, right? So we can do it through any means we want, but we need to shock the reader. It's a little hard to surprise the reader when you don't have a backstory, you don't have, you know, an established narrative that you're following together. Yeah, exactly, Slade. Like the Red Wedding is shocking because you understand the stakes, you understand the characters, and you understand what you expect to happen, and it goes against that. So maybe there's the key. We need to, in the scene, build what the reader expects to happen, kind of subtly suggest what they expect will happen, and then divert from that. Because it's not, I mean, the characters could be shocked when you write the scene, but the primary primary purpose of this is to make the reader feel shocked as well. Poison, all of your thoughts for this are dark. I mean, that's the easy answer, right? It's pretty easy to go for Sloyd with some flash fiction here. The balcony collapsed as he leaned in for a kiss. Done. I mean, yeah, there you go. You've completed the exercise, Sloyd. And tagging along with Poison Apple Tea's comment, it was a dark thought. No, this is interesting. Shocked. I need to think about it. Poison says that's beautiful. Just got Slade. I'm sitting here thinking about it, and Slade's just like, done. Next exercise. Let's go. Give me the next one. Well, I've thought about it a little bit. I think we just got to dive in and go for it. So, folks, we have rolled our dice, our die. We have gotten a 3. 3 tells us to conjure emotion. That is our exercise. We need to write a scene wherein the chosen emotion is elicited from the reader. We spun the wheel of emotion, and I navigated away, but we got shocked as our emotion. So, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. There it is. And we have 5 minutes to write a scene wherein the reader is shocked. The characters could be shocked as well, but your goal is to surprise or shock the person reading. So if you want to write along, open that word processor, get your pen, get a blank page. I got 5 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to figure out how to do this. And please, y'all, write along with me. Good luck. How do we do it? I'm really drawing a blank on this one, y'all. The creativity is not there. Whew, really drawing a blank. I hope it's going better for y'all. It's riveting stream content. Sitting here thinking, I'm sure. Aaron, I appreciate the thought. What do we do? What do we do? I got nothing. I'm drawing a total blank. got nothing for it. This is the first time I've actually fully blanked on an exercise. This is a new feeling. Well, welcome in, folks. Glad to have you. We're doing an exercise. At least some of us are. I'm staring at the screen with no thoughts in my head. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this one. I'm literally just drawing a blank. Now I'm in my own head about it. So let's think about it. Rafi, you're blanking with me, blanking in solidarity. Yo, I've literally burned basically more than half of the writing prompt time, and I got nothing going. That's disappointing. That's kind of what I was thinking, Aaron. I could do something from a previous character, but shock is just hard to set up in so few words, without just being like something unexpected happened, you know? Right, Rafi. So you were shocked at the end of Mice and Men, primarily because there were expectations established. You had an idea where things were going, and it diverted abruptly from that. That would typically be how I would do shock. But to set up those expectations, I would need more than just a couple sentences. So I think this is a very rare exercise that's defeated me. I got it now. I'm sure we are low on time, but I finally had an idea, so I'm not getting obliterated by this exercise. So let me finish it up. Destroy and Dan, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, we got a little something there. We got a little something. If you were writing along with me on that exercise, please do. If you want to share it, post it in Discord, and I'll read it if you want me to, and share it with the stream. But, y'all, that was a tough one. That was a tough exercise. That really got me there. I'm still not happy with my final prompt, but we got something on page, and I think y'all, there's a lesson in that. Some days, some exercises, the words don't flow, and you just got to get something anyway. I feel like you can almost trick your brain into getting the creativity to flow if you just kind of start going. Kind of like you don't want to go for a run, but you take your first few jogging steps, and you kind of hit a flow state with it. I think writing's similar. Personally, I'm not much of a fan of running. I much prefer skating. But same concept, right? Ian Garcia, on YouTube, you said you got to run. Well, thank you for being here. Glad to have you. And your thought for the exercise was a wedding scene where the bride turns out to be the groom's favorite sheep. Yeah, I mean, that would be shocking. Destroying Dan, you said, I hope you're doing well. Missed you yesterday. Well, thank you, Dan. Good to have you back, buddy. I hope you're doing well as well. We've been rocking and rolling here, playing our new creative writing game. Having a lot of fun with it. We're rolling dice, seeing what number comes up. It gives us an exercise from our library. And then, oh, you posted it, Rafi. Very good. Woodchuck, hey, welcome in, man. Good to have you. Happy Thursday. Hope you're doing well. You said, is this a 15-minute writing exercise or just like write when you can? Nah, so what we're doing here, we roll our dice. Our little D12. Let's see. So it gave us a 9. So what we would do then is go to the exercise library and check out exercise 9. And then it has additional rules in there that tells us how to craft our little exercise, and then in 5 minutes we do whatever, we try to create the scene. So if we had rolled the 9, what we'd do then is roll a d4 to choose one of the following: main character, setting, situation, or theme, and then we would go to this site, the random plot generator, and based on what we rolled up here, so say we rolled main character, we would click main character, and it gives us this: your character is old, down to earth, and practical. So what we're going to do is in 5 minutes, write a scene that places an emphasis on the generated main character, setting, situation, or theme. So basically, we're going to write a scene in 5 minutes that would put an emphasis on our character being old, down to earth, and practical. So you can consider it practicing introducing a character by their most important attributes. So that's kind of how it works, but there's some wild cards in this exercise library. They're not all so straightforward. And the one we just got really threw me for a loop. We had rolled number 3, Conjure Emotion, and for that one, we go to the Wheel of Emotion, and we spin it and see what we get. Obviously, we're getting something different now, but what we got last time was Shocked. And for that, we had to write a scene wherein the chosen emotion is elicited from the reader, that emotion being shocked. That was tough for me, because, when you write something to shock someone, you typically have storyline or characters behind it with expectations, and changing those expectations is how you shock someone. So we had to do that in just a 5-minute writing sprint. That was tough for me. So I have my exercise here. Let me grab it. I'm not too happy with it. It wasn't the best one, but some folks are writing along in chat and they shared theirs, so I'll read theirs as well, and we can see how they blew me away, because I'm sure they did better than mine. But here is mine. I will read it to y'all as soon as I scroll to it. The timer counted down, big, bold numbers changing silently, but in his head he could imagine them booming and echoing like the strokes of a clock tower heard from the inside. But this was his moment. This was what he was good at, what he'd built a career on. Of course the counting down of the clock and the pressure of the moment wouldn't get to him. He'd done this a dozen times before. A dozen even. This was nothing new. He laid his fingers to the keyboard, let his thoughts unfocus and his creativity flow. He eased back in his chair, tuned out the distractions of the world, the demands of the others, and set to writing. Or he expected to. But no words came. Of all the words he'd written, all the exercises he'd done, this one drew a blank. Comfort turned to chaos, confidence to doubt, and through it all no words came, no fingers typed, and the time counted down and down and down. So, like I said, not my favorite one, but hey, we'll take it. I got something on there. I stared at the clock for about 4 minutes and couldn't get anything. So hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. I'm glad you like it, Woodchuck. It's one of the games we play here on stream. I think it's pretty fun. And look, it's a warm-up for me. I got to write for my job, so it's a warm-up for me, and we can all get better at creative writing together. LC, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Thursday. We just finished that exercise, and now I think some folks submitted it in Discord. Yeah, we got 2. So thank you for writing along, y'all. I will read your exercises now. Thank you for writing it, playing along with my game, and thank you for submitting it so I can read it to everybody. So here is Rafi's submission. Entitled, The Food. Delicious, unreasonably. The spices delicately balanced on my palate. The beef was cooked to a beautiful medium rare, crushed with crunchy pepper and herbs. Herbs. The wine was tart yet fruity, and the potatoes couldn't have been more creamy and perfect. I have to meet the owner of this place. I saw him walk by earlier, only caught the Annibal at the end of his name tag. Fair enough, Rafi. A little bit of Hannibal in there. I like it. I was wondering as I was reading it where it was going to go. Anything with food sets up an expectation, right? Nice. I like the twist. You got us. Look, I see what you did. You led us into thinking about how good the food was, and you made us think about that for a minute. You focused on it, and then try to pull the rug out real quick and make it not so nice. I like it. Good submission. And very on brand for the stream of making me hungry while I'm tied to my desk here. Hey, Rafi, it's a good attempt. Well done. You saw how much I struggled with it. I think mine was very bad. And here is Harpy's submission. Harpy, thank you very much for submitting it. Here's what Harpy wrote. He hummed along with the radio, fingers tapping lightly on the steering wheel as he drove the long, dark, winding road. Far below, waves crashed against jagged rocks, lost to the night. A new song crackled through the static, slow, almost mournful. He didn't recognize it. Then came a deep, guttural crack. The car jolted. He gasped, jerking the wheel, but the pavement in front of him was gone, swallowed by a yawning mouth of earth. The front tires dipped, the hood dropped, the entire road caved in, the car sliding forward as the asphalt crumbled beneath him, dragging him down into the black pit of dirt and chaos. The last thing he heard was the sea, still crashing, indifferent, eternal. There you go. A little more literal interpretation, Rafi, but there's nothing wrong with that. Well played. Well played. Thank you for submitting it. Thank you for letting me read it. I like your descriptions of the road caving in. It was very sudden, and I could feel the surprise of that. Right? I think you both showed really good elements there of like how to craft a scene for that, where you need to kind of coax the reader along, right? You get them thinking about what's coming next. You set expectations. And I think, eating a meal or driving in a car is perfect because you're thinking about the next bite or the next course, or if you're driving, what comes next on the road. I got to make this long left-hander coming up. And that's what you get the reader's attention focused on, and then you completely pull the rug out and change it. So well done. Well done, y'all. Great submissions. Thank you for playing along with me, everybody. Bo on YouTube, good morning. Howdy, howdy. How you doing? Happy Thursday to you. And Geo Grimm, my friend, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Hope your stream went well yesterday. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I do like to pop in. I think I got a resub today. I think my sub expires, so I need to get in there and make sure we stay current. Woodchuck, thank you for the follow, my friend. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thanks for popping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. Y'all, if you are new here, like Woodchuck, which, hey man, thank you for being here. I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing since 2018. These are all my books, book ones at least. You can find them on Amazon, an ebook, paperback, audiobook. Top row is fantasy, bottom row is lit RPG, If any of them look interesting to you, please do ask me about them. Happy to talk about them. But otherwise, this is our writing stream, or our fantasy stream. We're here every weekday, 7, 9 a.m. Central Time, and we're always playing some sort of writing game, or maybe we're making maps. Tomorrow is Fantasy Map Friday, so come on back tomorrow. We're going to keep working on the map we've been making together. It's almost done. I'd say next tomorrow and next Friday, and I think we'll have it finished. So that's going to be exciting. We've been building that together, and it's going well. I'm super. Y'all want a quick peek in? You want a little peek on how the map's coming? We can pull that up. We can pull that up. Let's see. I need you, and we need to find Incarnate. There we go. And let's load the map. We'll take a quick look at how we've been doing. Once it loads. There we go. So y'all, this is the map we've been working on. I don't know why the screen is not aligned well. I'll have to fix that for the stream. But here's the map we've been doing. We worked on the north first and filled all this in. Jacob, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Happy Thursday. We did this last time on stream. We built the little village of Wheatmere down here with its crop fields. So that was fun. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll have the window better aligned when we actually do our Fantasy Map Friday. We're going to keep working on this place. There's not that much blank left, just kind of this strip right in here. So we're going to fill that in and finish this bad boy off. So y'all, tomorrow, Fantasy Map Friday, make sure you're here for it. It's going to be a good time. But today we're playing the dice decide. We're rolling dice to see what we're going to write. Who knows what's going to come up? We've already had some good prompts, and thank you for everybody that wrote along and submitted them. We're going to do another prompt here in just a minute, so if you want to join in on the fun, go ahead and open your word processor, return to a blank page, uncap your pen, and we're going to do another exercise here in just a moment. Spirit Wanders, that's a lovely name. Thank you for following. Thanks for popping in. Glad to have you here. How's your Thursday going? Good to have you. Bo on YouTube, you said any weekend streams. I'd love to join these writing sprints when I'm finally free from work. Bo, I don't typically stream on the weekends. Sometimes I'll if I'm free, I'll pop in and do like a random gaming stream. Just for fun. On the weekends, no schedule for those. They're kind of off the cuff. But Bo, if you go to youtube.com/ at author Alex Knight, there are replays of all the streams there, so you could rewatch those and write along with us there if you wanted to. If you can't do it on your weekdays, which I totally understand, people are at work, so I appreciate y'all tuning in and being here with me. Neo, you said I'm going to join in on this one for a bit while I work. Rock on, dude. Hey, well, we got several people ready to go for this next exercise, so let's roll the dice here and get going on it. After one more thing, I see Ronnie has a late submission for the last exercise, so let's read Ronnie's submission. Y'all, as a reminder, the last exercise that we rolled was to spin the wheel of emotion. We did so, and we got the emotion shocked. So we had to write a scene wherein the chosen emotion, shock, was elicited from the reader. We read mine. It was bad. We read everybody else's. They were good. And now we're going to read Ronnie's. So Ronnie, thank you for writing along, and thank you for sharing it. Let's see what you had to say. Settling down on my couch, I take a deep breath and the slow sip of my tea. The house is quiet now that all the visitors have gone. Halloween is busier every year. Sadly, not with trick-or-treaters. They're pretty rare nowadays, but each year my children bring more grandchildren to visit, and nothing could top that. They don't get out of the city much, but when they do, they love to play with the animals here on my little farm. They call it their private petting zoo. They miss the big animals like the horses, but they were just too much for me as I've gotten older. The floor creaks next to me, a common occurrence for an old farmhouse. The kitchen door creaks next. Stephanie? I call into the other room as I stand. Did you forget Billy's shoes again? I look around the floor, expecting to find tiny shoes or socks strewn about. I swear the little boy is allergic to footwear. I don't find any shoes, but a peculiar ping hits my ear. Is that the piano? More pings echo into the silence as I carefully push the kitchen door open. The notes are faster now, keeping pace with my pounding heart as I stare into the darkness. My hand shakes as I reach for the lamp, fumbling the string in my fingers as the mysterious notes assault me. Click. Who's there? I demand, wincing as the room suddenly fills with light. I'm answered by a gentle and curious coo and the scratch of nails on the ivory keys. Buffy, the rooster, stands atop my piano, looking over an empty backpack spilled on the floor. It seems little Billy's plan to take his favorite friend home for the holidays was stopped, like my heart nearly was as well. Nice, Ronnie. I dig it. That's fun. You executed perfectly. Look, I reading that, I had predictions of where it was going to go, and they were wrong. So rock on. Well played. I like how you mentioned the kids, not able to keep their items, their shoes or whatnot with them, and then brought that back in the end. That was a good little setup and return to it. Very nice. I am going to roll the next dice. Y'all, let's get our next exercise. See what it's going to be. I see Woodchuck, you're going to ride along with us. Hey, thank you. Thank you for jumping in. Appreciate that. Everybody, if you're going to write with me, good luck. Let's see what we get. Raffy's pulling for exercise 6 or 10 because we haven't rolled those yet, and they do sound fun, so fingers crossed, y'all. Here we go. Get your dice, and 7. Raffy, it's just messing with you. It's just messing with you. Almost a 6. Not quite. Not quite. But hey, let's see what it is. We got that 7. 7 in the exercise library. Perfecting prose. Ooh, we got some extra rolls on this one. A couple modifiers on it, so let's see. Perfecting prose. The purpose is to practice writing seamless prose for when an event can be told instead of shown. Now that's interesting. I put that in there for a reason. People always say show, don't tell, right? But when taken out of context, that can confuse you into thinking every moment in the story needs to be shown, which is not true. Important moments need to be shown. Background stuff, information that just needs to be conveyed, that could be told. And so the purpose of this exercise is to teach us how to do the telling part of show, don't tell, but in a way that's a little more interesting. And Rafi, you asked for the definition of prose. Prose is basically any text in the story that isn't dialogue or action for the most part. It's the general descriptive text of a story is how I would do it. Sloyd, yeah, you're spot on. Show the moments that excite you. Tell the in-between parts. That's exactly it. So, for this exercise, y'all, we're going to go to this site and generate a random historical event. This is our historical event generator 1.0. Let's get our event. 18th century. A whistleblower flees the country in fear for their life, and the country colonizes an uninhabited area. Quality of media unexpectedly benefits from this. So this generator gives us a bit more than we need, but I'm going to copy that into our exercise document. And you can pick any part of this. There's a lot in here, but we've generated our fake event. A whistleblower flees the country in fear of their life, and the country colonizes an uninhabited area. Pick any part of that you want, but for the rest of this, we're going to roll a d4 to choose one of the following: first-person POV, second-person POV, third-person POV, or narrator's POV. Basically, the 4 different perspectives you could write this from. First-person POV being, an example would be like, I said this to him, I did this and lifted my hand up. Third-person POV is a bit more of, Alex said this to the man, Alex lifted his hand up, he did this next. He, and using character names. Second person POV is a different one. It's a little tricky. You don't see it very often. And let's do this. It uses the pronoun you. So basically, it's as if the writer is telling you what you're doing. You're the main character. And instead of saying Alex said this, that would be third person POV, it would say You said this. You lift your hand next. Second person's weird. I don't have a lot of practice with it, so I hope we don't roll second person. But we'll see what the dice say. Tom said, is this based on the book The Dice Man? Tom, I'm not familiar with that book. So no, it is not, but maybe it's close to it. I'm not sure. Lion, you said second person is like playing D&D. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, Lion. I dig it. That's actually a really simple way to explain it. Thank you for that. I might have to steal that for the future. So y'all, we're going to roll a D4, and we're going to see what... I didn't explain narrator POV. Sorry. Narrator POV is basically what it says. It is the narrator telling the story as it happens. So we're going to roll a D4, and we're going to see which of those we get. And it's going to tell us how we have to write what POV we need for this exercise. So, fingers crossed for not second person, because I do not want to deal with second person POV today. 4. All right, we can do that. The dice let us off easy on this one. That's going to be narrator's POV. So let's copy that, put it into our exercise. So here is our exercise. In 5 minutes, write a paragraph of prose that explains the event or a moment from the event in the chosen point of view. Breadman, good morning. Welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? Happy Thursday to you. Good to see you back. Thanks for coming back. I hope you're doing well. Tom, thank you for the follow, my friend. Happy Thursday to you as well. Thank you for explaining the book The Dice Man. I've not heard of it, but it sounds interesting. About a man who makes life decisions based on the roll of dice. Could be fun to do for a day or so. Could end very badly. All right, so folks, if you're going to join me on this one, we got our 5 minutes on the clock, and I'll just explain it real quick. We are going to write in 5 minutes a paragraph of prose that explains this event that we randomly generated, or a moment from that event, in the narrator's point of view. So I'm just going to put that here. In narrator's POV. All right, and so the event that we generated was and this has more than we need, so you can pick any part of this if you want to write along with it. 18th century time period. A whistleblower flees the country in fear for their life. The country colonizes an uninhabited area. Quality of media unexpectedly benefits from this. Totally open-ended. It's a randomly generated prompt. Pick any part of that that you want to use. I'm going to think for a moment what part I'm going to use. I'm going to go with the country colonizes an uninhabited area. I think from narrator's POV, that could be a fun way to do it. So that's what I'm going to write. Y'all think about what you're going to write. And we got 5 minutes on the clock. Please, if you want to write along with me, open that word processor, get that pen you like, and start. We got 5 minutes, so good luck. At the end, let me know if you want me to read it. If you want me to read it on stream and talk about it, then please just put it in the writing share channel of Discord, and you can find that right here in chat. Just put the link in. Breadman, you said until you roll a nat 20, correcting your order and have to break someone down. Not sure what you mean, Breadman. Sorry, sometimes I don't understand jokes or complex things on stream. There's too much pressure, y'all. I can't work under it. Anyway, y'all, if you're writing with me, good luck. You got this. 5 minutes to go. I'm going to do my scene. Oh, there you go, Breadman. For basing your life decisions on roll of the dice. Gotcha. All right. Let's see what we can do for this. In narrator's voice. That's going to be interesting. I love narrator's voice, so it's so fun. It's a fun way to write things. Howdy, Snow. Welcome in, my friend. Happy Thursday to you. Um, we're in the middle of a little writing exercise, but how you doing? Happy Thursday. Been rocking and rolling here on stream, having a good time with everybody writing along with me, so I appreciate that. We're doing a little exercise here where in 5 minutes you write a paragraph of prose that explains a randomly generated event or a moment from that event, and we rolled an additional die to determine that it has to be from the narrator's point of view. Our randomly generated event was 18th century time period. A whistleblower flees the country in fear for their life, and the country colonizes an uninhabited area. I chose the uninhabited area portion and narrator's POV, so I am writing that now. Several folks are writing along with me, and we'll read them all when we're done here in 2 minutes. So let me finish writing this. But thanks for being here, y'all. If you got questions about anything book related, please drop it in chat. We'll talk about it or read the exercises, and I'm going to finish mine. All right, there's mine written. Folks, if you were writing along with me, please do let me know how it went. Share it with me if you want me to read it, and I will. But folks, hey, thanks for being here. Got a couple new folks that are joining during that I was apologizing. I did not notice because I was deep in my head writing this exercise. So, welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our exercise, or the Dice Decide, as we're calling this game. Woodchuck, that was fun. You enjoyed doing it. Rock on, man. That's sick. Hey, if you want to share it, like I said, there's our Discord link. Drop it in the writing share channel of Discord, and we'll read it. No pressure, but some folks like to do that. So, y'all, if you wrote one, please do drop it in there, and I'll read it. I'll also read mine here. Neo, you said I didn't get to finish, but I got something. Not great, but I'll share. Hey, Neo, if you want a few extra seconds here, feel free while I read mine and any others that get submitted first. Or you can submit it as it is. It's all good. It's exercise. We're practicing, folks. Isabel Knight on YouTube. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Good for you. Good you did a live stream this morning. Rock on. Welcome back, and I hope it went well. Things are going well here. I'm glad the words are flowing for you. That's awesome. I know you're dealing with a bit of writer's block yesterday, but hey, good job pushing through it. I'm proud of you. Thanks for popping in. Snow, you said you haven't joined my stream for a while. How's the writing going? Snow, it's going good. We kind of invented this game on stream, and we're having a ton of fun with it. Paul, hey, welcome back as well. Good to see you too. Y'all, I'll explain the game real quick, and then we'll read everybody's prompts, everybody's submission, and see what they did with it. So the game basically is, I got a D12 here, right? And we're gonna roll the D12. Whatever number comes up on the D12 tells us which exercise in this library we're gonna do. I got 12 exercises here, hence the D12. And these are all creative writing exercises I've made over the years for myself to practice aspects I wanted to get better at. And each exercise has its own little rules that you follow. Might have additional dice rolls. Maybe you generate a fake historical event for it. Stuff like that. And then you have 5 minutes to write whatever the exercise tells you to. So for our most recent exercise, we had to do an additional roll to determine whose POV we were writing from. And we are writing from the narrator's POV for this exercise. We generated a fake historical event, which was 18th century. A whistleblower flees the country in fear for their life, and the country colonizes an uninhabited area. You can pick any part of that you want. I picked country colonizes an uninhabited area, and we rolled for narrator's POV. So, using those elements, we have in 5 minutes written a little scene. And I will now read you what I wrote, and we'll see what everybody else wrote. So y'all, please do submit them on Discord. I'll read them if you want me to. Breadman asked, "How do you decide who the narrator is?" Well, that's part of how it goes. You get to make that choice. I like to do a narratorial voice that can see the whole picture and tends to have an ulterior motive. I like my narrator to be trying to make the reader think something, and I like to challenge the reader to maybe doubt what the narrator's saying. An unreliable narrator, they call it. And here is what I wrote with that in mind. Well, no one was living there, really. At least no one of note, right? It would have been a shame then to simply leave so many natural resources sitting there unharvested. Why, it would have been downright criminal, the Council of Lords explained. What use was metal when left in the ground, or strong, old-growth forests when simply abandoned to blow in the breeze? Undoubtedly, the local wildlife appreciated the shade, but certainly that couldn't measure up to the benefits of more ships for Her Highness's navy. After all, ships meant security, meant trade, meant everyone prospered when goods moved freely across the sea routes. When considered in that light, why, it would have been negligent at best and criminal at worst to simply leave the resources unharvested. It was not just something we could do, but something we were obliged to do, the lords argued. For humanitarian reasons, really. And so the loggers set ashore, the miners followed, and for humanitarian reasons, the trees were taken, and the earth was sundered. So that's kind of what I was getting at with the, I like my narrator to have a bit of an ulterior motive. This narrator clearly knows that what they're doing is not the most favorable thing. But look, they're going to explain it to you. They're going to convince you why they're correct. And it's up to you to decide what you believe. Breadman, you like that? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That was an easier one for me because I liked the voice of it. I love when I can have a character that has their own ulterior motive they're working at. Isabel Knight on YouTube, you said you wrote 1,500 words today. Well done. Well done, Isabel. Rock on. That's a lot of words. Good for you. Keep it going. I'm proud of you. Folks, thank you for being here. We have some submissions now. Spirit Wanders, please continue working on it if you want, or you can submit it as is. Totally fine if it's not finished. The purpose of these isn't necessarily to finish within 5 minutes. It is just to get your mind going. It's like it's exercises, right? I like to think of writing like an athlete might where you have game days and you have practice days, and this is a practice day. So if you want to drop it in Discord, there's our link. If you put it in the writing share channel, I'll read it on stream here. Here's some other submissions that we had. So first up, we have... oh wow, a lot popped in here. Okay. I'm not sure who is this one. I need to turn off streamer mode so I can read the full names. Oh, this is from Neo. Rock on. Okay, Neo, here's your submission first. Thank you for participating. Thank you for sharing it, and let me read it. I was enjoying my daily stroll down the cobblestone pathway this morning when the shouting of the paperboy got my attention. The crippled child was holding up the current newspaper, and the headline was something I was not expecting. On the front cover was a drawing of a large, pudgy man who looked as if he was perhaps half pig or something outlandish, but the title is what had me interested. In big, bold letters it said, "Traitor to nation has fled with tail between his legs." I glanced through the text of the paper, and apparently this man exposed some dark secrets of the government, and after doing so, he fled for his life. Very nice, Neo. Thank you for sharing that. Your narrator was clearly the character who was in this scene, recounting an experience that they had. Very good. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for playing my game with me. I always feel a little bit like Jigsaw when I say that. You want to play a game? No, I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing, Neo. Right, Breadman, very clear view of that moment, right? It planted you in the scene quickly. I like it. Well done, Neo. All right, Maddie, thank you for the follow. Well, appreciate you being here. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome to our good vibes writing creativity stream. Today we're playing the Dice Decide, and we have our next submission here from Harpy. So Harpy, thank you again for playing along and for submitting. Here is what Harpy wrote for the last prompt. He never meant to betray the crown, not at first. But when the ledgers passed through his hands and he saw, with sickening clarity, the names, the payments, the blood paid in coin, he knew silence would make him complicit. Word of his accusation spread faster than he thought possible, and within days the watch was set upon him. He left London under the cover of fog, cloaked and alone, carrying only a satchel of letters and a false identity he'd surely paid too much for. The ports were watched, so he bribed passage on a merchant vessel bound for Lisbon, where English law held no sway. He did not trust the captain, nor the sea, but both were safer than staying. He wonders, sometimes, if the truth was worth the price. Harpy, very good. Very dramatic in such short amount of time. Very little word space on the page, but you got that whole story going dramatic. Well done. Rock on, y'all. I love it. I love the concept of doing the right thing and getting punished for it, which both you and Neo went for with the whistleblower aspect. So rock on. I'm glad that y'all honed in on that. I liked your character, Harpy. I liked this guy. I don't even know him, but I like his vibe. I regret for him that his honesty did not work out well. I hope life is better in Lisbon. Ronnie, another submission. Thank you very much for that. Spirit Wanders, we're dropping it in the writing share channel. It's in the round table section. That's where folks have been putting them in there. Let me know if you need any help finding it. Harpy, well done. Neo, you as well. I appreciate y'all submitting. And here's Ronnie's. Nathaniel steps out into the night air, nodding politely as he passes a farmhand clutching a lantern. The stables, like safety, feel lifetimes away, but he's nearly there now. His hands shake as he reaches to unlatch the stable door. His trusty steed and a new life await him. He stops and takes a moment to calm himself as footsteps approach from behind. He knows he has to stay calm. If he loses his head on this plan tonight, then he'll really lose his head tomorrow in the town square. Y'all, look at you. Well done, Ronnie. Incredible, y'all. That's awesome. I love that everybody honed in on the whistleblower aspect for that exercise. That's fun. I like it. I really like your ending sentence there, Ronnie, with the if he loses his head on this plan tonight, he'll really lose his head tomorrow in the town square. It's great, right? Because like you're playing with the metaphorical losing the head paired with physically being beheaded as punishment. But I extra like that you have on this plan tonight juxtaposed with in the town square tomorrow. There's like you're pulling double duty in that sentence. It's creatively interesting on 2 levels. So well done, y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate you submitting. That was super fun. Well done. Isabel Knight on YouTube said, I just invented a sign I've been struggling with a ton, like the villain's mark. Oh, that's cool. That's right. I wish we had a way to share images. I guess you could put it in Discord if you want. We could take a look at it. I mean, maybe it's not created. Maybe you just thought it up. But either way, congratulations. I'm glad that you're working on your story there. Rock on. Y'all, rock on. That was sick. We got to do... we got time for one more exercise here. Maybe for Raffy we can roll that 6 or that 10. We'll see. We'll see. But real quick, I see there's a lot of new faces around, so y'all, thanks for being here. I'm author Alex Knight. If you don't know, we're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And we're always doing something fantasy or creativity focused. A lot of days, I'm writing my next book on stream. That's what this scene would be for. But y'all, on Fridays, we do Fantasy Map Fridays. So come on back tomorrow. We're going to be working on a fantasy map that we've been making together. I think 2 more Fridays we're going to have it done, but we're building the map and the lore and everything all together. It's been a ton of fun. So please come on back tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. We'll be doing that. Today's isn't done yet. We got one more exercise to do before we hit our time limit. But y'all, if you don't know me, I'm author Alex Knight. And I've been writing full-time since 2018. These are my books here. The top row is fantasy. The bottom row is lit RPG. If any of them interest you, please give them a look. You can find them all on Amazon. An ebook, audiobook, and paperback. If any cover catches your eye and you want me to tell you what it's about, please just ask in chat. I'm more than happy to push my own books, I suppose. But y'all, I appreciate you being here. And thanks for hanging out with me. We are going to do one more exercise before this stream is over today. Lion, you're pulling for second person? Oh gosh, I do not want to get second person. I don't know if I've ever written second person, so y'all see me do it for the first time on stream. Let's see, was there one more submission coming in on Discord? Spirit Wanders, if you are having trouble finding it in Discord, it's the writing share channel. Hopefully that is nice and visible for you if you just joined the Discord. But if you need help finding it, do let me know. Y'all, also, I have to mention my book, Wriggly Little Hands, comedy fantasy about a bumbling family of goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord, is launching soon. We're doing a bit of promo in the lead up to it. So if you like D&D campaigns and parties that have I don't know, 6s is their intelligence stat, bumbling their way through a satirical fantasy adventure, well, I'd love for you to check it out. Launches May 27th. We'll be doing some promo for it. I was saying I have some snippets from the audiobook, and I'm going to play them on stream in the lead up here. So make sure you're back for other streams in the future, because we're going to be showing off some of the wonderful audio that Sound Booth Theater made with a cast of narrators for it. It blows me away every time. I cannot wait to promo it for y'all. Spirit, you said I just can't get the app to let me join the channel. Interesting. I don't know why that would be. Spirit, you're in the Discord, but it's not like it won't let you post in the channel. Let me check your account. Oh, Spirit, there is a little bit of an onboarding that you have to do, like 3 little steps. Maybe that's what's holding you up. If you can't figure it out, shoot me a DM and we'll see if we can work through it as soon as the stream's over. But sorry about that. I'd love for you to be able to share. But while Spirit figures that out, y'all, how's about one more exercise? Yeah, Spirit, Discord is a little weird. It definitely has a learning curve to it, right? I'm sorry about that. We'll see if we can work through it once the stream's over. But for everyone else who Discord has decided to be nice to, we'll do one more exercise here. Also, I missed it, and I should say Geogrim, Jacob, Lex Luker. Thank you all for the heart me for re-upping on the stream team. Appreciate y'all. Rock on. Thank you very much for that. Oh, Geo, you think you're awake enough to try writing this time, huh? I'm basically out of coffee now, so we are wide awake. Geo, I hope it goes well for you. And y'all, let's see what the dice have in store for us. Give it a good roll, and... Oh! Harpy. Harpy, Raffy. I thought it was a 6. I thought it was a 6 at first. Not, though. It's a 9. It teases. I don't know if these dice can actually roll a 6 or a 10. It just won't do it. But let's see what exercise 9 is. Emphasis. Okay, this is a fun one. I like this one. The purpose is to practice emphasis. Self-explanatory. First step, we're going to roll a d4 to choose one of the following: main character, setting, situation, or theme. So, let's roll a d4. Our little weird triangle dice. 1. Alright. So, that means main character. That's the option that we've gotten there. So next we're going to go to this site and we're going to generate a main character from the random plot generator. So what's our main character going to be? Your character is old, relaxed, and calm. All right, let's copy that and build our little prompt here. So what we're going to do, Uncle Iro says poison apple tea. Yeah, that counts. That's an old, calm character. Respected, I think, was in there too. Relaxed. Old, relaxed, and calm. Raffy, you're not mad at the dice, you're just upset. You're just disappointed in the rolls. That's the fun of the dice, though. The dice decide. Alright, so in 5 minutes, we're going to write a scene which places an emphasis on the main character. So basically an introduction to this character. Let's think of it that way. So, let's build our prompt in here. In 5 minutes, write a scene that places an emphasis on the main character. Boom. So there we go, folks. There is our prompt. Now, this is basically a practice for introducing a character. Maybe for the first time to readers, or perhaps the readers already know this character and another character is meeting them and we're getting that character's POV of meeting this person. But we are going to just write a quick scene and we're going to emphasize the aspects of our character, which is old, relaxed, and calm. You can do that however you want. You can do it through dialogue. You can do it through action. You could place them in a scene in which those attributes shine a bit more. Anything like that. So, we're going to have 5 minutes for it. I will be writing it here on screen. And if y'all want to write along with me, well, you know what to do. Saxy, welcome in. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. You started rereading Lord of the Rings. Rock on. That's awesome. I hope you're enjoying it. I know you were thinking about giving it another try. Like I said, just nice, slow. You got to cruise through it. Take the journey as it comes. I know it picks up later on, but in the beginning, you just gotta vibe with it. Take a Tom Bombadil approach to the story, you know? I hope you're enjoying it, though, on the reread. Folks, if you're going to write along with me... oh, you got it on Audible, Saxy. Nice. Nice. That's got to be good. That's got to be an auditory experience. Folks, if you are writing along with me with this exercise, we got 5 minutes on the clock. I'm going to start it here in about 20 seconds, so get your fingers warmed up, get your pen ready, and as a reminder, we are writing a scene that places an emphasis on introducing a character who is old, relaxed, and calm. So think about how you want to do that, and timer is timing. So we got 5 minutes to do it. I will write mine, you write yours, and at the end we'll share and we'll talk about it. Now, how do we want to do this? I would like to introduce them maybe through contrast. Let's think. Okay. Bee's nest. What am I doing? Bee's hive. All right, folks, a minute 30 left. If you're writing along with me, finish strong. Finish strong. All right, that's probably time. So it is. Um, there we go, folks. There's the exercise. How did yours go? I hope it went well. If you want to share it, please do drop it in Discord. Um, Let me grab that link again. Most of y'all are already there, but if you're not in our Discord and you want to share what you wrote for this exercise, please drop it in the Discord and the Writing Share channel. Also, it's just a fun place to hang out when we're not streaming. I think we got we're approaching like 100 and over 120 members now, or darn close to it. Y'all, that's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Thank you for being there. Thank you for keeping the party going even when the stream's not happening. But y'all, I liked this exercise. What about you? I actually had a lot of fun. This was my favorite of the day. Come to think of it, we did a fair few today, but this one was my favorite. How about y'all? Did you enjoy it? I see, Rafi, you said you protested it on account of missing 6 and 10 on the rolls. I promise we're going to get there one day. We're going to roll it. I hope it lives up to the expectations now, the hype, because we're all excited about it. Other name, you said that time went fast. It does, right? But I think that's a good sign. That means you were really into it. You were enjoying what you were writing. So rock on. I hope you like your exercise that you did. I like mine. Neo, you're going to share it? Rock on. Yeah, drop that in Discord, y'all, and I'll read them. But I guess I'll start with mine. As a reminder, this exercise that we rolled was, you in 5 minutes, write a scene that places an emphasis on a character who is old, relaxed, and calm. Here is what I created for that. The crowd was frenzied now, like a bee's hive that just had a foot put through it. The streets swarmed with a chaotic rush of anger made manifest. Shouting voices, raised fists, a dozen moments of violence all around, happening so quick it was impossible to focus on any one of them. Instead, just part of one before the next caught your eye and dragged your attention elsewhere. A cart overturned, a market stall being set alight, a flare being struck and bursting to life in a shower of red flame. And then something was happening in the middle of it all. Not violent, not chaotic, but calm. Still, almost, and steady. The old man approached. His path did not waver, despite the thronging crowd around him. A half-dozen times with every step, I thought he would be bumped into or knocked aside, but as if the hands of the gods themselves shielded him, the crowd parted. Without thought or intention, it seemed. In the faces around him, I saw anger, rage, terror in some, but his eyes were relaxed, as if he was simply on an afternoon stroll through the park. Or, the realization hit me, if this was all part of his plan, had gone exactly as he'd intended. That thought was anything but comforting as he passed from the crowd and arrived before me. So I made our old, relaxed, calm character a little scarier than I expected, but I don't know, it's just following the creativity, for the exercise. So hope you enjoyed it. I certainly liked writing that one. I like contrast. I like contrast a lot. It's a fun writing technique. So I'd see we got some here in chat or in Discord that folks have shared. So let's read them. Let's go over them. Thank you for writing. Thank you for sharing. I see. Oh wow, we got a lot popped in here. Here we go. We'll start with, yeah, I'll post mine, Poison. Thank you. Very kind of you to say. I'll post mine in the writing share as well as soon as stream's over. Here is GeoGrim's entry. Geo, thank you for playing along. Tiberius sat on his porch, the morning light warming his wrinkled, sun-kissed skin. His rocking chair moved back and forth as his calloused hand gripped what was once a simple wooden block, now being carved into a shape vaguely resembling a dog. His eyes smiled with crinkled corners as he sighed contentedly, letting the knife in his hand dig into the soft wood. He marveled at the shape every time he dug into his carving, darting his eyes back and forth between his masterpiece and his friend, Rufus. "He kind of looks like you, don't he, bud?" He smiled, his gravelly voice rumbling in his throat. Rufus returned a low bark, making Tiberius chuckle as he continued to rock his chair. I love it, Geo. Very nice. That is a nice little scene, a little vignette of sitting on the porch and carving a Carving a wood figure of your dog. I like it. Rufus, a worthy subject. Thank you for sharing, Gio. I appreciate it. Thanks to your propensity, your love of orcs, I imagine this to be an old retired orc adventurer. Neo, you're up next. Thank you for sharing. Here is your entry for a scene that emphasizes an old, relaxed, and calm character. The tavern smelled of tobacco smoke and booze, and I wandered through the haze and sea of patrons. Each seemed to be celebrating something. After you live as many years as I have, you find that people tend to celebrate the smallest things, and why shouldn't they? Sometimes the smallest things are what get you through the day and keep you going. One drunkard bumped into me and spilled some of his booze onto my tunic. A part of me, that I thought was long gone, wanted to throw this man down to the ground, but I kept that beast locked in the cage where it belonged. The monster I had been was no longer needed in this new world. Instead, I simply smiled and waved it off calmly. After that encounter, I continued to scan the area for him. I knew he was here somewhere. After all, he'd sent me an invitation. Why, after all these years, would he be reaching out to me? An old foe. I like it. I like it, Neo. It feels like a part of a larger story. Very nice. I like that your character is not inherently calm and relaxed, but they are working towards it. They're actively improving themselves to be that way. And I like the hint at not having been that way because it was necessary some time ago, and now changing to keep up with the new world that I suspect this character had a hand in creating. It almost feels like a sequel story. Feels like you already had a story, and the Dark Lord was defeated, the new brave world was created, and now the main character is like, well, who am I supposed to fight? I like it. Very nice, Neo. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you playing along. Poison, you're up next. We got 2 more after that. Wow, a lot of people on this one, y'all. You liked this exercise. Thanks for playing along with it. Here's Poisons. You said, I cheated and got silly. This is based off of a 5 senses poem. Okay, hey, look, it's a creative writing stream, man. We'll rock with it. It's entitled Earl. He looked like a cone of soot-hued cotton candy. A cone of soot-hued cotton candy. His body a pale cone holding up a cloud of hair atop his head and across his face. He smelled like reheated chicken fried rice, his usual Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday night order from the sub shop sleeping under his apartment. Yes, fried rice from a sub shop. He tasted bubble gum every time he closed his mouth, due to a small stash he kept stored in a candy jar, memories of a simpler time he often escapes to. He sounded like a carefree baby penguin most days, shuffling around his rent-controlled abode with slippered feet. He felt like time frozen, no reaction to the modern burning of the world, just a calm mind recalling calm memories as often as possible. Poison, I love it. That's super sweet. That's like, look, you're supposed to introduce or emphasize a calm, relaxed old character, but you did that so fully in this that, like, the scene itself became calm and relaxed. He became the scene. I like it a lot. Very nice. Thank you, Poison. Your descriptions hold true. They're always so good. You have such powerful descriptions. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, right, Slendy? I felt calm the whole time I read it. And Slendy, by the way, thank you for the Let Him Cook. I appreciate that. That's a good award. That's a good one. Thank you for gifting it. Poison, thank you for sharing. I loved it. Wonderful job. All right, next one. Last 2. We have Harpy. Whew, let me get a sip of water here. Get the vocal cords going. Out of water. Harpy, here is your entry. Thank you for sharing it. The leader sat, legs folded in an impossible twist, his back straight as a reed despite the weight of his years. His beard, long and white as snow, hung in perfect curls down his chest. All around him, incense burners smoldered, dozens of them, filling the room with thick, fragrant smoke. The air was warm, almost drowsy, heavy with spice and old magic. It clung to the skin and blurred the lines between breath and thought. He drew slowly on a carved wooden pipe, the ember glowing faintly in the haze. The scent of his tobacco layered itself atop... Oh, my screen moved. Where was I? The scent of his tobacco layered itself atop the incense, earthy, deep, with a ghost of something sweet. And when he exhaled, the smoke curled upward like a whispered secret. I love that. I love that visual. Curled upward like a whispered secret. The group sat around him in strained silence, knees pressed to the straw, spines stiff, trying not to cough, shift, or speak. Time moved strangely in that room, and just when it felt like they might dissolve into the smoke themselves, the old man's voice broke the stillness, low, even, and without urgency. "If your mind cannot be still," he said, "it will never hold what I'm about to give." Dang, Harpy. Harpy, very good. Thank you for sharing that. Rock on. That's really good. How do y'all write things so beautifully, so quickly? That's awesome. I love the smoke curling up like a whispered secret. And then even an impactful ending there with the dialogue. "If your mind cannot be still," he said, "it will never hold what I'm about to give." Harpy, well done. You got the gift. Thank you for that. Rock on. That's awesome. Spirit, I'm glad to see you got yours in there. Rock on. I'm glad you figured it out. Sorry it was troublesome, but thank you for sharing. This is for the last exercise, but hey, we got it. So I will read that right now, Spirit. He rested his hands on the damp wooden banister, looked out starboard. The third storm in a row was brewing, and the ocean bubbled like a pot over fire, about to erupt. He was hesitant, ponderous. He took his pipe from his satchel and lit it up. It had been 11 days since he did the deed. He didn't regret telling the truth, even if it landed him here, not knowing what the future held. There were mumblings in the berth last night that 2 men had seen an aquatic beast trailing the ship. Today he could think of nothing else. Now, with the storm pressing imminently ahead, he sensed the beast may return. The sky erupted and released a sudden, furious wall of rain. He held his hat to his head and ducked for cover. Very good, playing on the whistleblower fleeing the country element from our previous exercise, Spirit. Hey, thank you for joining the Discord. Thank you for putting that in there. Yeah, I agree with Poison Apple Tea. I want to know more about the beast. What sea beast is pursuing them? And is it because of the main character's actions there? I want to know. I like it, though. I like it. Hey, Harpy, it's not cheating to do something that you were writing for your other project. I love it. That just turns the exercise into a way to practice that project better. So rock on. All right, last one. Ronnie, thank you for playing along. Thank you for submitting. Let's read it. This is for introducing and putting emphasis on an old, relaxed, calm character. Ronnie wrote, "The most stressful part of getting engaged had been the introduction of our families. It went as well as it could, I supposed, but today is another meeting, perhaps the most important of all. It's a pleasant surprise if a person can get along with their mother-in-law, but unlike today's guest of honor, she won't be living in the house with us." "Hi, Dudley," I whispered, crouching to the floor. His warm brown eyes met mine as I extended a hand to him. His tan eyebrows moved curiously as he sniffed my fingers. His black mussel is peppered with gray now, alongside his facial scars. Dudley was a rescue. Who knows what he saw back then, when he had to fight for survival, but now he's enjoying his retirement with a destroyed squeaky bear between his paws and a new home awaiting him. He pants happily, seeming to approve of me. I won't let you down, Dudley. I love it. I love it, Ronnie. Introducing someone new to the family. A rescue pet. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie. That's a very sweet scene. Thank you for submitting that. Thank you for participating in our little game here today. Folks, I hope you've had a good time with it. I certainly had fun. Thank you for sharing your writing. Thank you for playing along. We've all gotten a bit better at writing today, I think. Thank you for playing the Dice Decide with me. Y'all, I really love this format. It's a ton of fun. And we get plenty of dice rolls in there, which are always a good time. I think since we're bringing it to an end here, we got to do a big roll for everybody here. A big roll, a round of applause for everybody for playing along. Y'all, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. As always, A special thank you to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to Raffi the Engineer, community member Raffi the Engineer, in chat, hanging out with us, pulling for that 6 and 10 on the die roll, who provided our newest background song, Midnight at the Round Table, which is not playing right now. It was playing a moment ago. Thank you for that, Raffi. I appreciate it. Y'all, lastly, if you enjoyed the stream today, please give me a follow so we can see you on the next one. Remember, tomorrow, we are doing Fantasy Map Friday. My favorite day of the week, personally. We're going to keep working on that map we've been creating together, y'all. Thank you very much for being here today, playing the dice decide with me. Y'all, I'm Alex Knight. You know me. You know where to find me. Thanks to you, I have 1,000 followers on TikTok now, so all my links are in my bio. Please click on through and give them a look. You can join the Discord there. Come hang out with us after the stream ends. We'd love to have you. You can find my books there as well. All that good stuff. Slendy, glad you made it for the end. Y'all, thank you for being here. We're going to end on one last calamitous dice roll and enjoy the sounds of it. Y'all, a special thank you to Harpy, Poison Apple Tea, Raffi the Engineer, Slendy, Geogrim and Ronnie, Sloyd, the G Bread Man, other name wasn't available, Seth, Spirit Wanders, It's Lion, and Find Your Smile, tuning in here on TikTok, as well as Isabel Knight and Ian Garcia Grant tuning in from YouTube. Thank you for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. Without further ado, one last dice roll. I'll turn the volume up and let us enjoy the audio of it. The dice will take us out. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow for Fantasy Map Friday. I love it. Oh, that one won't settle. Interesting. There it goes. So many dice they couldn't lay flat. Y'all, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. I will catch you tomorrow for Fantasy Map Friday. It's going to be a good one. Y'all, be good.